I don't even understand how they were able to put a clause in the constitution exempting someone from paying tax. I mean, you have the best of the job, you have the best of position, and you are running mega companies. Why would you be exempted from paying tax? You know, it is a daylight robbery without violence not to pay tax, especially for the big wings. You have best of jobs and you are being paid from the exchequer. So why would you not pay tax? Welcome to Perspective. Of course, of late there is a lot that is being said about tax exemption, the Kenyattas, the Mois, and so forth. One need to ask many questions actually about the same, like who really exempted these guys from paying tax and why? And was Ruto not in the system? Raila was there, Kalonzo was there. These were the politicians. So why is the noise coming right now?
The good people who are used to exempting themselves from paying tax, their day is up. Every citizen must pay tax.
The whole conversation about tax and exemption for the big wigs, for the Kenyatta and the Mois families and so forth, is a conversation that has come at a very late date. It is very important for everyone to pay tax, and in fact, I do not understand how they arrived at such a decision. Like, why should you be the most powerful, earning based on salaries, and we're not paying tax? Or rather, what is in between the lines? Because, yes,
if anybody was today to go out and seem to victimize President Uhuru Kenyatta, I don't know what is going to happen to this country.
Na wewe Steve, usijali huyu watu wanapiga mdomo, wacha wapige bwana. Unajua mtu ambaye hana kitu kingine ya kufanya lazima apige mdomo. Wacha wapige mdomo.
Is it time you pay tax? You were the one telling us we all need to pay tax. You should have led from the front line. Nobody saved. Nobody. Common man is paying tax while he's earning peanuts. Why is it that the big wigs, the heavyweights, why should it be it is them that have the best of the jobs, them that are managing the most of companies and resources being exempted from paying tax? It is not something that should have happened in the first place. And all these people have been all along in this system, because we have had Raila, we have had Kalonzo, we have had Mundavadis, we have had Wetanglos. All these people have been in parliament. Why is it coming right now? Why did they not have this conversation earlier? We would have saved probably some more millions for Kenyans to develop. But then the conversation is not just about that, because
that's all I'm saying. And it doesn't matter. Even if they sponsor...
What is the perception, all right? We need to have intuition, the interpretation of the whole thing. Look here, the president talks about tax, but then he adds something that is very mind-catching.
And it doesn't matter. Even if they sponsor...
If it was merely about tax, why would the president connect tax with the rallies that have been organized? In short, he's saying, hey, you are the one, supporting this. In between the lines of what is being said, we also need to look at what is not being said and what is there in between what is said and what is not being said. I mean, if it was merely about just tax, why would you not just say everybody must pay tax and they revisit the constitution, they look at everyone who has been exempted? But now when you start to connect, even if they sponsor the rallies, now that becomes a different story. What is all this about? Is it about just tax? Or is it about electoral malpractice? Are we trying to change the conversation from what is happening on the ground to a different story? Because again, being in politics, you have to be very smart. Sometimes these guys have just played a different card to halt a conversation, to change the whole conversation. What happened at Jacaranda is no longer a subject of discussion. Do you know why? Because the whole conversation has changed. We are no longer having a conversation about what happened at Jacaranda. Our conversation now is about tax. It has changed. Do you know why? Because someone has altered the conversation somewhere. All right? Or is it about a ball game of different cards being played so that we can overshadow what happened at Jacaranda and what was being said, and now you bring a new card of tax and tax exemption so that we can have a whole week which has changed the conversation from electoral malpractice to tax exemption? And this is all a different ball game. And in politics, you have to be very smart. But like right now, everybody right now, they are talking about tax exemption, and the conversation has changed from what was in Jacaranda. So we really have to be also very smart. Like, Or what agenda? And I'm not saying like we have to keep on having these rallies, because there has to be an agenda. What is there to be saved? What is there to be achieved? Can anything be altered by having more rallies? I don't know. You tell me. I'm Jimmy Nix, your communications strategist. Till next time.